Hey everyone, welcome back. I have news to share with you. I got my DTV. This means that I'll be able to stay in Thailand for 5 years. It is still a tourist visa, but it allows me to come back every 180 days instead of the current 60 days. Anyway, I wanted to share with you my experience at the new CAP Clinic in Bali, Wave Skin Wellness. And I actually got to do my first sea and sun treatment, which was a huge milestone for me. Let's get into the video. I just want to share what to expect, what the space is like, how much it costs, and some personal highlights from my first sea and sun experience. If you've been following my journey for a while, you know that I've been in Thailand for about 4 months and I've been doing CAP therapy in the Bangkok clinic. This time there's something different. I had the opportunity to go to Bali and experience the new clinic. They were soft launching during the period that I went, and I was fortunate enough that they let me do treatment during their soft launch. That was perfect timing because of the application of my visa. I wanted to continue treatment as well as get the visa done, and this was so perfect. Wave Skin Wellness is located in Seminyak, Bali. It's affiliated with the CAP Clinic I've been visiting in Bangkok. So they follow the same protocol and they have the same technology. I got to witness the clinic officially opening, which was a really nice moment to be a part of. This was actually my first solo trip in my life, and the warmth I experienced from the clinic just made it even better. Close by, there's also a hotel called Harris. The clinic was nice enough to contact the hotel to ensure that there were no chemical irritants or fragrances in the hotel room. So if you do end up booking Harris Hotel, you can update the clinic. I don't think they're affiliated in any sense. They're just trying to help us patients have a better experience. So I really appreciate that. Thank you, team. Who's behind the clinic? They're actually a team trained directly under the Bangkok clinic. So if you've done CAP before, it will feel very familiar. If you want more information on their full story, you can actually see it on their website. Personally, I only went for 2 treatments, my 18th and 19th treatment. So for visa wise, I am not too sure about this. So you do need to do some background checks. Entering Bali, I did have to do quite a bit of things like fill in all the visa information online and to pay the tourist levy in Bali. That is mandatory. For long-term rentals, I'm also not too sure. You have to check on that before you make your decision. All of this being said, let's go to the full tour of the clinic. Treatment room 1, 2, 3, 4. My favorite part, the toilet. Don't forget, don't feed the toilet. No paper goes in the toilet. This will be the lecture space right here. The goal is to have a whiteboard here and chairs over here. So, lecture, whiteboard. Isn't that amazing? Look at the space. Look. How many people can fit here? And another reason why I came here was for this gluten-free laundry service. Glorious machine. And over here, we can go and pee. There's 2 toilets. That's all for the tour. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing what the Bali CAP Clinic looks like, and I really enjoyed my time here. If you do stay at Harris Hotel, here's a little hack. You can actually walk through the whole hotel from the front all the way to the end. Once you reach this door, it'll be your exit. In Bali, there's quite a few places that have fragrances, and fragrances are generally quite strong over there. You might want to keep that in mind to be careful. Something I didn't think of was that the elevator had a sanitizer spray, and the clinic told me that I could walk down the stairs and just completely avoid that. For those choosing to go to the hotel, if you're really very early on in your treatment or you're still very sensitive, I suggest that you bring a bed sheet, blanket, and your own towels. I still brought my own bed liner, my own blanket, and my own towels just because I know that I'm pretty sensitive, especially to dust. I brought my own steamer just to steam down everything. When you steam stuff, you can actually smell if something's a bit funky. I usually use this steamer. It's from Xiaomi, it's foldable. The cost of the treatment is 1 million rupiah per 30 minutes. It is still the same price as Bangkok, and they're trying their best to actually keep the pricing the same. They were once patients, so they completely understand what we're going through. While I was in Bali, I was very adamant that I wanted to do my sea and sun because it's Bali, you know, you gotta do it there, right? Sadly, I got Bali belly on the morning that I wanted to go. I had to put it off for a bit, and thankfully I was fine the following week. I went for my first sea and sun experience, and what I can say is that I'm not scared of the sea anymore. I've been pretty fearful of the sea because in the past I used to force myself into the water despite all my wounds and despite having a flare because I thought that it would heal me, but at the time I didn't even know my irritants, what was causing me to flare, so it was so painful. Going to the sea made it worse. I didn't know how to take care of myself. This time, however, it wasn't as painful as I expected. I did have little wound on the back of my thighs, and I had a wound on my neck as well. Surprisingly, the wound on my neck did not hurt at all. For my legs, I tend to itch and I scratch it, so that is on me. That did not sting as badly as I remember how the sting felt. Maybe it's just embedded in my memory, that feeling of how it is. If you do choose to go to Bali, make the effort to go to the beach. It was so beautiful. I've never seen waves like this before. It was so nice to catch the waves. At night, there were stars. It was so beautiful. As for a sea and sun, the clinic for both Bangkok and Bali, they recommend that you only do sea and sun after your 16th treatment and have no open wounds. Just bear that in mind. The sea felt rather cold because I went in the morning. They suggest that you do sea and sun either right when the sun is rising or when the sun is about to set because you want to avoid the high UV index. Don't forget that you won't be able to use sunblock and you have to protect yourself. I brought a bottle of water to rinse off after the sea. I don't really like the feeling of the sticky seawater, and I was slightly afraid of the abrasion from the sand due to the area that we were at. It was just waves and flashes of sand. That's purely because of the location that we picked. Not all beaches in Bali are like that. It's just that we wanted to go to the one closest to us and we wanted to go home pretty quickly as well. So if you're thinking of doing CAP therapy and you're based closer to Bali, Wave Skin Wellness is a good option. The space is always evolving. The team, the care, and the therapy itself felt just as solid as the experience I felt in Bangkok. If you're curious or if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer it based on my experience. And if you're on your own TSW journey, I am cheering you on. I'll leave Wave Skin Wellness's link below. If you are thinking of doing CAP there, if you have any inquiries, you can go to the website and contact them directly. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!